If we ignore truth in favor of woke lies, we damn to isolation everyone who mentions truth. Wokeness lies about the nature of truth itself. So, truth is really uncomfortable. Right? It's really ugly. It makes people feel bad. Now, I say facts don't care about your feelings, but feelings do care about the facts. And when you tell people that certain things are just reality, they get very angry at that reality. And so we create narrative instead of acknowledging facts. We start talking about my truth. Right? I have to express my truth. There's no such thing as your truth. There's just your opinion and the truth. That's it. Okay, but the idea of my truth has become very predominant when it comes to the woke. Right? My lived experience is what matters, as opposed to, say, statistical data, or as opposed to the fact that there might be an alternative explanation for how you perceive things in the world. Okay, well, here are some facts. Right? These are all very uncomfortable, but these are facts. Income is not primarily a function of racial group in the United States. It is mainly a function of intelligence and hard work. This is why Nigerian Americans are the most educated group in America, and Asian Americans are the highest income group in America. For a white supremacist country, we are doing a terrible job at the white supremacy. Here are a few more facts. Races do not commit crimes at similar levels. In fact, races don't commit crimes at all. Individuals commit crimes. And those individuals can be classified theoretically by race, and those numbers might not be equivalent. People organized by race do not go to college at similar levels. They do not have children out of wedlock at similar levels. They do not study a similar number of hours. They do not have the same ages. They don't major in the same subjects. They do not get married at similar levels. None of this is racist. This is just fact. Culture and decision-making can close those gaps. We know this because these disparities have vacillated over time. Notice, by the way, I have not even named any of the races I'm talking about, right? Because those numbers can change. The fact is that in the white community, the single motherhood rate used to be about 5%. Today it's about 40% in the white community in the United States. Okay, that is a result of a culture that has been driven in the white community. Okay, those changes over time do not suggest changes in the genetic composition of white people. They suggest instead differences in behavior that are inculcated by culture. Here are some more uncomfortable facts. Men and women are different. I know this is a tough one. They are different in terms of how they are physically constructed. They respond differently to stimuli. They are biologically different. In fact, I hazard a guess to say that the propagation of the entire human species is a result of the difference between men and women. I know this is controversial stuff. But as it turns out, if men and women are not different biological categories, it makes it extraordinarily difficult for children to be produced. There is no such thing as a menstruating man. There is no such thing as a woman with prostate cancer. These things do not exist. Anybody who tells you differently is selling you something. But if we ignore truth in favor of woke lies, we damn to isolation everyone who mentions truth. We're not going to face up to any of our real problems or solve them, because problems demand solutions. Bitching about society doesn't demand a solution other than tearing down all the institutions, which of course isn't a solution, it's its own set of problems. So here's the bottom line. Americans hate this stuff, and they are done with it. Okay, what we just saw in Virginia is a result of this. What we just saw in New Jersey is a result of this. I think that what we've seen in Florida over the past several years is a result of this. Okay, last year was the year of wokeness, in which we learned that a lot of lies about America had to be taken as truth. We had corporations pushing the idea that the police are systemically racist. We had broad talk about defunding the police. We heard that the cure for America's racial division lies in more focus on race, rather than more focus on individuals without reference to race. We learned that all of our guiding principles had to be ditched in favor of equity. And you know what? Americans hate this crap. They hate it. The ironic part is that the only people in America who don't hate this crap are college-educated white liberals. Okay, minority Americans are not into this stuff. By polling data, more black Americans wanted more police in their communities, not fewer police in their communities. There's a reason the Hispanic vote is breaking away from Democrats right now. Democrats believed that they were going to be able to double and triple down on the Obama coalition of 2012. This coalition of supposedly dispossessed people, accompanied by some white liberals, and this would be the going, durable coalition for all time. And as it turns out, people don't like thinking of themselves primarily as members of a race. They like thinking of themselves as individuals. They like to be catered to as people who enjoy freedom. And guess what? Their priorities might mirror what they see in everyday life, not the ideas of idiots who think that the way to appeal to Latino voters is to call them Latinxes.